Because you don't want the chlorine gas yourself, do you? Can't be seen driving a car around. It's got that obvious damage on it. So we're just going to do a wee bit of body work here. We're pulling her in the garage door on it. And this is the clean side as well. Alright guys, how's it going? I'm going alright, to be honest with you. Every once in a while, life likes to throw side quests at you, but getting away at the main quest. Main quest, my situation being my MX-5. I'm about to introduce you to another one of my cars, my daily driver. It's a 2007 Seat Leon 105 breakback, 1.9 PD sir, and she's a Stylance. Bought the car 2 years ago for like £700, and I've put 2 part warrants on it, and that's all I've needed to do to it. It's gotten through 2 MOTs okay. But whenever I was driving to here last night, all of a sudden I had no brakes, which was a bit terrifying. There's advisories for the rear pads and discs at last MOT, but that was it. So imagine my horror whenever I found what I'm about to show you, and that's going to be tonight's plan, is hopefully fixing that. So let's see how we get on. We'll know whether or not I need to get a taxi by the end of the night. Cheers, see you soon. This is the mighty Leon here. This is I like to call it the Leon, or else Two-Face. The reason I call it Two-Face is because whenever I bought it, it was crash damaged. That's why I got it for so cheap. As you can see here, the wing was bent in, really loud. We got some duct tape there painted past MOT, and it was vandalised in Belfast City Centre once. There's some paint on door handles still. Dog leg was all crushed in by previous owner, driven into a wall. And then I'm pretty sure that was my friend, or a mean person, shall we say. Some marks on the dog from engines being thrown into the back of her. And then I actually just did this right now. I was pulling her in the garage door on it. And this is the clean side as well. Heartbreaking. But yeah, I'll show you what I have for her. I'll show you what I have for her. Also, just as a reminder to, if you're in the UK, use your friendly local motor factors instead of like Euro car parts, for example, because they'd have no clue what it is to get. But we've got here, jeez, these are like cast. Pair of steel, or a pair of disc brakes, and then here we've got front pads. So front disc brakes, front pads. Because if you're ever doing one side, you have to do the other side. So there we go. There's a wear sensor on as well. I'm guessing the wear sensor probably on the one that hasn't delaminated. That's right, I need to show you what's wrong with my car. So yeah, you go to Euro car parts, they'll give you 1,000 options. You go to your local motor factors, and it's how much it was, £76, £74 including tax. They'll be able to tell you the size of the VIN. I'll show you what's actually wrong with the car now. You can see there is in fact a brake pad there. There's a wee bit left on it. See here, yeah. Now let's look at the other side. If we look at the other side, you can see that it's just gone. Completely gone. No idea. So this is called brake pad delamination, which is whenever the friction material comes off the back of a steel plate. Alright guys, so showing you my brake lamination issues. So what that is whenever the frictional material comes off the steel backing plate, it's usually caused by corrosion between the two materials, and that can cause the glue to fail. Or else it can be poor adherence from factory, but judging by the state and the age of the discs and pads, I'm going to guess that it's just corrosion's caused the issue. I'm going to put on my work clothes and then I'm going to get started. So I'll see you in a bit. So first thing you want to do is pop off this cover. That's just a flathead screwdriver. And then you want to make sure the car is in gear. It makes it a bit easier to break it off. Just remember to take it out of gear whenever you're done. I know the handbrake on this isn't the best, so but yeah, and then just break your nuts before you put it up in the air. This is a LED light strip for an office, and what I did was I wired in the plug. So in total this cost me 20 quid, and we just see how bright they are. They're extremely handy for doing stuff like this. In fact, you might blind yourself. Yeah, as you can see here how bright they are. It's on a 5-meter cord as well, so you can put it underneath the car, you can point at the car, you can do whatever you want with it. So you can, it's very handy. I'm gonna have it pointed at this wheel. See, lovely rust. And then next up, we're going to jack up the car. I'm doing one thing which I'd never ever recommend anyone do, and the only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm confident, but please don't do this. If you do this, then consider the risks and dangers as well, okay? I'm not going to have my head or any part of my body underneath the car really, so, but this is mud. Well, it's not mud, but it's not concrete, okay? It's concrete slash pebbles, so there's no real structure. I've got an old metal sheet which is about 3mm thick, 2mm thick. I'm going to put the jack on top of that for jacking, and that will stop the jack from sinking into the mud. So I'm using a neon alloys, but yeah, that disc is pretty twisty. Springs in very good condition, surprisingly. And yeah, up here as well. Is that in the seam? Yeah. Okay. So where's the slider? Okay. One there, and there's one here as well. So keep on the van. Hopefully that means that they're not too difficult to get out if they've been covered. Definitely needs greased anyway. And the piston's very far out too. Great. We can see that I've got the Leon wheel now under the subframe, so when it falls, it's going to land on the subframe, not me. So these vary for different models. So because this is 1.9 KDI, this has got the FS-3 Calipers. You see the spring clips here. These come out with the pad. On other models, it might be a case where you have to pry them out first. I can tell because this is riveted, but you can't disconnect this, so you can't. So next up, I need to get a hex brake here to take off the slider pins. Just checking as well. Okay, so there's no wear sensor on this side either, so the wear sensor must be on the passenger side, which is hilarious if you think about what this car looked like and no wear alarms that went off. But yeah. So I need to go find the right Allen key now. I'll let you know what they are whenever I figure it out. So on these calipers, it's a 7mm Allen key or hex. So I'll just oh god, that's a dream. cars on the chassis. Not actually a bad or big massive chip there. Here, look. Look. That's something to feel as well. This one too, yeah. Oh, oh wait, maybe not. Cool. 2 T30 Torques, 1 T30 Torques, 4 million disc. Let's get this on. Oh, great. There is copper grease on this car. Someone did care about it once more time. This is why it's really important to pump your brakes after you change the spots. Because when the camper back in this whole way, first time I ever did brake pads, my friend forgot to tell me to pump them, so that was funny. So this isn't the first time I've driven without brakes. Yeah, this looks mint. This is one back this away. First time I did brake pads, my friend forgot to tell me to pump them, so that was funny. So this is the first time I've driven without brakes. This is mint, it's not actually mint. I'm surprised. I put the jacket actually before, so I don't distance stuff. Yeah. Well, I'll just make sure you can see. Jump back in front of you. So these frosts means that there's calipers and seats, does it? Happy days. Just sparkling heat. Oh god, being. Just went and got some brake cleaner. Barely have any left, but this is as good as a reason as not diesel, isn't it really? So the reason I'm doing this is, for those that don't know, or for those that watch this for entertainment purposes, it's because brake discs come with a anti-corrosive coating from factory, which is just like a really thin layer of grease. So this stuff's a very quick drying solvent, and it takes it off for you. Another thing just to make you aware of is in America a lot of brake cleaners contain chlorine, so never use brake cleaner to clean something before welding unless you know that there's no chlorine in it, because a welder will turn brake cleaner sometimes into chlorine gas. So if you're going to use a solvent to clean something before welding, don't use brake cleaner unless you're absolutely sure that there's no chlorine in it. Just a friendly tip for you, because you don't want to chlorine gas yourself, do you? Oh, I actually think that might be right. Happy days. Where's my wee thingy? I've always buying brakes with half holes for bolts and nuts. Brake discs for half holes for bolts and nuts, but I've never had a car that actually has the bolt. Pretty cool. Right. almost forgot something. I almost forgot actually, copper grease. So never use copper grease on brakes or brake pads, because it might melt. It's not high enough temperature resistance, but it's very good for your hubs, to make sure that the brake disc doesn't get rusted through the hub. So just a light smearing on that. Whoever works in the car after you will love you, because it'll be nice and easy for him to get stuff apart. So, you know, pros and have give. There's Mike says. It's always nice to try to make sure things are done properly for setting up though. I really doubt anyone ever work in this car apart from me. Sorry I don't have a microphone, I still can't find it. Now, this is just for locating, I think, really. I don't think you need that much torque on, but we're going to get as much torque as you want to with the E30, probably like, I don't know, like an 8 thread maybe. Yeah, it does clear. Just looks very tight and here for me. Hope they haven't given me the wrong thing. Right. Well, it looks like they give me the right pad, so this side didn't have the wear indicator. This must be one of the easiest jobs I've done in a very long time. I forgot how nice it is to work on the car. So used to welding, and angle grinding, and cutting. This is like a really chill night. Bear in mind, I sit at a desk all day, so kind of glad to be outside the house. Right, so one of these is a little bit of brake grease on the edge of this. This is like a locating thing, isn't it? So. Might actually just over. That goes in there. think I'll pop it into the actually kind of pop it in here. Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do that with it on the thing, on the car. Then this side here as well, so just get your twist rig and then think about the tires going loose from either side here. Main reason for this, really, to be honest with you, is just to stop that squealing. So it is. So, but you know something, I actually don't know how much it costs to do something look on the car, because the only thing I paid for is welding like a few years ago. But that once was like, geez, that's expensive. I don't know how I do it next time. Look at that. Right. So that looks right. So next up, we're going to want to get this here. Be sure about the bleeding nipple. It's facing upwards, not downwards. And try to get that in the position. Those sliders where they should be. As well. So hammers will come handy. Right. And then we're going to grease these up as well. It's important that these can move, because this is what brings the carrier. Whenever the caliper pushes out, it will sorry. Whenever the caliper pushes the carrier out, this is what sort of makes that movement happen. So it is. These need to move, so we don't really want to be too tight, but sometimes we're not going to fall out there. So I'm not getting that in all. But yeah, so it looks good, doesn't it? Just want to take off any excess grease to make sure it doesn't get on the disc. Looks pretty cool. One second, cousin. It's pretty mint, yeah, definitely. Good thing is now we get to do the other side. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I don't think I've been in this that long at all. Sweet. Just want to add as well that one thing you should always do is make sure that you follow the manufacturer's specified torque specs, which is 30 Newton meters in this case for the slider pins. But always do your own research, as always. Look at this absolute weapon of a brake pad. Sorry, I don't even know why I put on an accent. That's so bad. The disc got machined for free, I guess. So I wasn't originally planning on recording, taking this wheel off or whatever, because you know, you always seem to do it. But I just want you to appreciate how much that tire shop must have loved very good Dugas. So this is a breaker bar, jack handle, right? It wasn't the heat because the locking nut came off very easily. Like, come on. Completely. Like, that's serviceable, you know? But yeah. Just want to say, do you remember I was telling you that one of the main causes for brake pad delamination is rust. Well, feast your eyes on this beauty. My God. So, yeah, maybe, even if it looks like you have plenty of brake pads, still replace them every once in a while. That's my fault. Like I said, I got this car for nothing, and it's got several issues with it. So, but it does have most of the year of MOT, so I am going to spend 75 quid to get another half a year out of it, which is probably, I don't know, a quarter of most people's car payments. So yeah, good job, you held up for a few years. Sad to see you go. How that piston wasn't seized, I don't know, but she slid back in with the glove, just using one of these manually, no impact or anything. But yeah, it's just going to be a case now of taking off the disc, running the wire wheel around, all around here, trying to avoid the dust boot, and then putting it all back together. Happy days. So I know this is a bit of a meme right now, but I just really wanted to show you the difference between the new disc and the old disc. So if we pick this up here, look at how much that took off in such a short period of time. That's mental. Very crusty. So let's see if we get the old disc. Get the new disc. I don't know, maybe I should put that back on. A few years left, I'm not half the machine. If I don't know, hopefully you can all tell I'm joking, but there you go, there's the difference. So, happy days then. Right, well, let's get the new one on the car. Oh, sorry. Oh, I lost you guys there. Can you see okay? Yeah? Alright, let's get started. So, oh, actually here, sorry, I need to bring it closer again. No, I just want to save it. That's now sorted. Thankfully the copper wasn't seized. I very lightly scuffed this with a wire really because I don't really care, I just want to make sure everything fits. We've got new copper grease on as well. So next up is greasing up the pads. Don't use copper grease for moving parts, make sure you use your brake grease, which I've left over there somewhere. So time to get the pads going, get the caliper on, send her home. Just set you down now. Alright. Oh, up here. Yep, you see? Just want to let you know as well that whenever I say grease the pads, I mean we certified disc brake grease. I'm using Techstar, which is a type of Ceratec grease. And you're greasing the backing pad of the brake pad, not the friction material. And it's also where the caliper, piston, or the carriers, or the piston, or the calipers, like arms, I guess, make contact. It's mainly just for squealing and stuff like that. Just sort of nice to haves, not really necessary. But yeah. So the way this one works is that this has a bit massive clip that actually clips in to the inside of the piston. So I'm just gonna lube that up.
A few moments later.
Don't want to overwork this. Overtorque this. Hope you can't see my derriere. What a random car to have like an alloy arms and stuff. Why is it necessary? The rest is just going to run anyway, it's a Volkswagen. Not to say I'd like it's a Volkswagen, isn't it really? Here you go, if I get rid of this yet, are they? Isn't it Cooper? Sounds fancier, doesn't it? Happy days. Rat. That was terrifying. I'm pretty sure it's a rat. Obviously you should make sure truck everything, but happy days. So we'll see how we get on and get the wheel and everything back on, and in a week or so I'll jack it all up, take off the wheels and make sure everything's still tight, make sure the brake pads are wearing evenly, and then torque it all back up if anything came loose. If you had a paint marker, you could put a line on some of the nuts and bolts. So there isn't actually any in this case because the sliders, these were so easy to do, it's ridiculous. But yeah, you could do that and then you could check your marks to make sure they're all still aligned. Like a visual inspection, but I'm just going to take it all apart in a week or so and just double check everything's still nice and tight. It's not just my car, you know, driving my girlfriend or whatever. I don't really care about my legs, but don't want her to be the victim of my silliness. I believe I heard a rat. Right, chat to you guys there. So we're one step away from finishing, but I just noticed I can't be seen driving a car around. It's got that obvious damage on it, so we're just going to do a wee bit of body work here, just to, you know, keep her mint, you know. So that's a wee bit of white spirits there just to wipe her down a little. But we don't have any time to let her dry naturally, so we're just going to wipe her dry. Same cloth. Look at that. Look how dirty that car is. It actually looks the same. That's amazing. Right, and then I'm just gonna do a wee push. You know, just get her back to black. If you squint, she's mint. There's one medium coupe. In all seriousness, so this car is like 320 grit. Hear it? I think I've washed it twice in 2 years, even before I got it. Let me know if you want to see a video of me detailing a panel, just to show you for a laugh. Right, so new brakes are on, the wheels are on, tighten, hand tighten, but you should always loosen your lug nuts on the ground, jack up the car, lower the car, tighten your lug nuts on the ground. So do your own research, but that's the best way really. Can't torque a wheel unless there's weight on it. So I'm going to lower it down, torque up the wheels and then drive home, and I'll report to you whether or not we've got any issues. So I was just about to leave her, tying up the tools, I'm about to wash my hands, and then I looked at the ground, was pick up tools and noticed that, like, how did I even get like that? See, this is why I have no service history. That's why I've only ever sold one car. If I sell a car, you get a screenshot for the eBay receipts. Well, I made it home. Didn't have to get a taxi, so yeah, thankfully the piston wasn't seized. Tell you what though, see, having brakes like these, you act like you're driving for Uber Eats. As soon as I realised there's no, so first of all, drove around the street, few light brakes, make sure the brakes are working, gone to the main road, empty main road because it's like 10 o'clock, did a couple of emergency stops, got the windows down, listened from some noise, all seemed good. Next thing I know, tunes are blasting, flying about like I'm working for Uber Eats to get home. To tell you what, there's nothing that gives you confidence than working brakes. Even though I didn't really drive with those brakes for very long, but there's a big difference between what they were like and what they're like now. So didn't have to get a taxi home. Happy days. as I said earlier, because it's the first time doing brakes on this Leon, or well, apart from a light service a month ago after 2 years of ownership, first time working on a Leon. Sometime next week I'll jack up the car and I'll just check that everything is still torqued properly. I don't know, I do love this car, as badly as it gets treated. So it does mean a lot to me. But yeah, sorry about this SideQuest, as I like to refer to it, but just remember, you know, life's going to throw things at you. Try to always look at it with positive attitude and think about it as a side quest to your main quest, which is your life. It's probably a bit of a gamer point of view. But, good night.